It's a 10-year plan that's meant to get China on a solid and sustainable growth path.
The Chinese economy is undergoing tremendous reform and transition. It's reached the limits of the existing model so far. It has to reinvent and reinvigorate itself. And particularly this balance between external and internal has to be addressed if growth is to continue.
Analysts say that China wants to move away from being dependent on its export market. It wants to concentrate more on driving consumption in its domestic economy. China will continue to look to Africa. It has developed a strong relationship with the continent, one that it wants to keep growing. Trade between China and Africa currently exceeds $166 billion. China's infrastructure investment has rocketed to 50% of its national budget. Africa has been a key beneficiary of the spend.
The China-driven commodity supercycle is still very robust, but it's cooling, relatively speaking. Yes, 7% plus and sustainably is a very positive story, but if we rewind to 2007, China's growth was at 12.5%, 13%, almost double what it is now.
China will now raise imports of consumer goods, especially food, and it will continue to focus on trade with its BRICS partners. China has enjoyed strong gains from South-South trade. Its trade with other BRIC countries exceeded $300 billion in 2012.
Trade is growing, investment is growing, there's considerable economic expansion from China in different parts of the continent. The key question is now is not just expansion, it's also the consolidation of existing gains and the sustainability of these investments as well, linked to what development benefits can actually come from these over the longer term for a greater number of African people.
Sumitra, Nydoo, CCTV, Johannesburg.